Alright, we're back. And... oh, please don't tell me there are more things to do.
And ye, could ye deliver us from evil?
Is there? Please no. Please no. Okay, no. Anyways, we're back. Let's head over to this guy and see where he'll take us. One sec. I'm good. Wow, that's a lot of slurping noises going around in the background. Don't like that. Let me take a sip of water. We should probably talk to these guys.
I'll rip off your melon and shit down your neck!
Yennefer's in Vizima. Got a few friends there, so... something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
You know what? Vesimir's face actually reminds me of a colleague I used to have. And I hated him. He was an asshole. So, I don't like looking at his face. Kinda bothersome. I can't do anything about it. So, just wanted to point that out. Let's move on.
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Temeria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took 'em down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt! Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You alright?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true? What the Emperor promise you, freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere. And neither are you.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
Let me murder them.
Don't let her! You're dead!
Answer is yes.
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's... good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't seen you for 2 years. Can we take a moment to...
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you, Geralt. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting. Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse?
I didn't, though I could have.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for, and even fewer people.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to do at Kaer Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then? After the audience.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Look how happy he is.
It must suffice.
Thinkamere cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair. Catwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to 1/2 inch.
Was he bathing in water or oil? Because that was way too shiny. Anyways, looking forward to having an explanation to what the hell just happened. And also, cutscene. The game's age started to show a little bit, but it's fine. It's not like I didn't know this going in. Let's see, something wrong with my beard?
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
And prepare to answer some questions.
General, I am not certain this is the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, Witcher, there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown. Parents unknown. Age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
Alright, so I read about this a little bit. Prior to starting the game, I lightly read about what I needed to know, spoiler-free, before starting Witcher 3. Apparently some get to make some decisions regarding some stuff you did in the previous games. Now here's the problem. I don't remember anything that I read, so I really don't remember any of this. Like what I was supposed to put in and, you know, the synopsis of the different things. So I'm just gonna go with stuff that I would have done. I would have probably killed this person.
Full Test ordered me to clear the path. The boy stood in my way.
Cutting down the La Valette heir. This made no impression on you? I suppose it wouldn't. What's some baron to an assassin of kings? Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go with one again.
I got out of Flotsam with Vernon Roach, commander of the Blue Stripes, and...
A murderer of non-humans. We know this gentleman well, Witcher. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question. before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
One sec, I just need to checking out if I was recording. Oh, I know who Triss is. It's the red-headed witch? Sorcerer? I don't remember what they refer to. Magician? Spellcaster? Let's see. I'm gonna go with Triss.
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Marigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the Conclave and Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
Got what was coming to her? She probably did something bad. I don't know. Let's say escaped.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
Well, that alliance has been dissolved. Irrevocably. I killed Letho in Loch Muin.
So we heard. It's a good thing you did. Saved our agent some messy and difficult work. I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and here.
With these formalities seen to, I would ask the General to leave the room. We shall be choosing the gentleman's attire. An important matter, but one that does not require the General's assistance.
Shame. I might have given you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
Feels more like I'm being readied for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared the gentleman a frock, a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Where are my clothes?
Where they should have gone long ago, with the laundress. They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
Alright. Let's pick a damn outfit. Rapes. Come on, let me loot. Thank you. Better loot this fancy crap while we can, right? Before we go out to live in the forest like savages.
What do you mean? Directly out of Nordling tales. Inconceivable.
Oh, we got something. While Nilfgaard's emperor wields absolute power, harshly crushing the slightest sign of disobedience, opposing forces continue to exist within the empire. Oh my god. By this, I do not mean the disgruntled leaders of conquered provinces, but the magnates within the city of 1,000 towers or 1,000 towers who are unhappy with the current leadership. This conflict between the emperor and the noble houses of Nilfgaard, the capital dates back many years. All the princes of the blood and magnates expected their rule ruler to wed one of their daughters and sire an heir with one of their own. The emperor, however, had other plans. This proved a slap in the face for all the great families from which he refused to take a bride. The Nilfgaardian opposition patiently waits for the emperor to slip up, for some event to occur which will weaken his authority, be it an economic crisis or a defeat in battle. A secret conspiracy lies ready to seize such a moment to incite the disaffected, assassinate the emperor, and carry out a coup d'etat, culminating with one of their own number ascending to the throne. For obvious reasons, only a limited few know of this conspiracy, but any shrewd observer of Nilfgaardian politics can read the signs of its working. So long as men are men and the world is as it is, certain dynamics will forever remain the same. And the discontented will always form subversive societies with their secret signs and hidden agendas. What? Who are you? This is a sword for witches. Who are you, hunter, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I replied. Decent, kind, haters of lies, doers of good, the kind who live according to the gods' laws and nature's laws too. Those disgusted by the machinations of witches, magicers, and non-humans. All that separates us from common folk is that we've the courage to take up arms to defend our lands from evil, to slice out the gangrene that eats us from within. We haven't a leader, we haven't forged our land, the gods-fearing Radovid supports us with his gold at times. We've not sworn him nor any other ruler any oath, we serve only the eternal fire and we listen only to our own conscience. Who can join us? Any who is right of the soul and sound of body. You can find us in even larger city in the north. We'll give you a board, lodging, and a weapon. We'll explain how to spot the telltale signs of evil. Birthmarks in strange and arcane shapes, smooth skin on a matron aged more than 30 springs, and black cats kept in the yard, to name but a few. We'll show you how to defend yourself from witchcraft and how to tame and snuff out magic elements with demeritium. We'll instruct you how to squeeze the sinner's darkest secrets out of them with a hot iron, and how to grant them cleansing death with the help of sacred fire. What are this? It's like a cult or a club that hunts witches. And this, what? The one that somebody wants to assassinate the emperor? And question, why is this book about Nilfgaardian conspiracies just laying here? Maybe it was put there for Geralt to read.
A shame I have no time.
I got more. Oh, that's a lot. The wonders of Zerikania. During many travels I've seen countless extraordinary places. The primeval wilds of Brokilon, with trees so high their tips disappear in the clouds. Dwarven chambers carved into the guts of the Mahakam mountains with walls plated in pure gold. The ice palace of Pont Vanis, adorned with stained frost windows, yet none of these made such an impression on me as did the rightly famed Zerikania. Holy. Yet while I was traversing the fiery mountains, I feared the disappointment awaited me on the other side. I had heard many a fantastic tale about Zerikania, about its trackless sands, burnt white by the sun, its golden-scaled dragons weaving their nests amidst the dunes, its hunchbacked horses able to survive weeks without even a swallow of water. I think you mean camels. Yet none seemed to me at all plausible. I was sure all these sensations were but the figment of some bard's overactive imagination. I know this will be as hard for you to believe, dear reader, as it once was for me, but all the unbelievable tales are true. Not only that, during my many months of travel, I came across wonders far surpassing those any prior travelers mentioned. I saw temples dedicated to the worship of dragons. I heard their voices almost human, but reverberating with 1,000 echoes. I met warrior maids clad in leopard skins, tattooed from head to foot, and giving no ground to witchers in mastery of the blade. Ooh, I'd like to meet some of those. I saw mages who channeled power from fire. I saw seemingly harmless flies whose solitary bite would make a man fall into a deep slumber, never to wake save to die. In short, Zerikani's land is a land where the fantastic is normal and the impossible occurs daily. Very interesting. I would love to go there, actually. The Chronicles of Redania. Rydank the Elf. Despite what one might conclude from his moniker, not one drop of elven blood flowed in King Rydank's veins. They called him the Elf because of his exceptional beauty, and for the great admiration he felt for the Aeon Seide. This fascination, I have no idea what this is. This fascination, seemingly harmless, would have the horrible long-term consequences. King Rydank, spitting in the face of all laws and customs, chose as his wife a half-elf, and one of low status at that, known as Beatrix of Kovir. The fruit of this regrettable and short-lived misalliance was Falca, who later fomented bloody revolt against her own father. Though this uprising was ultimately extinguished and Falca herself burned at the stake, the young state was thereafter thrown into chaos for years to come. Remember some of these names from the TV show, but it's like TV show, Netflix show. It's like
Vedimin, directly out of Nordland.
I don't really remember all of it. Alright, which one of these are the least ugly? Is the least ugly? All kinda ugly as hell. I'll go for this one. Benito.
This might come as news to the gentleman, but a towel wrapped around one's waist is not fitting attire for an audience. The gentleman will kindly dress.
Alright. Go now.
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please, demonstrate. That, sir, is how you might bow to a whore on a street corner. Not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest.
It's a lot of work.
Gentlemen will rehearse.
This is absurd.
Gotta be kidding.
Not at all. I am mortally serious. Does the gentleman know the penalty for breaches of etiquette in the Emperor's presence? 200 lashes. I do not wish that upon him, so I will not let him leave until I am confident that he knows how to behave.
This third person talking is also annoying me. Let's see. What was it? Left leg forward, right? I guess that's what it looked like. Did you just dab?
Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me.
Sure, let's go dab in front of the Emperor. I'm sure that won't get us lashed.
The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch-magnificency.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
What happens if I go here? Huh. What happens if I punch the guard? I am an honored guest, aren't I? Oh.
Evain Kersher is Daithwin Yrden and Quen at Morwood.
I agree. You go that way, I'm gonna go this way. The Wild Hunt. Wild Hunt. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmen to midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wrathly and wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it's sighted, and all grows cold. Though the sun shone bright moments before, some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes, yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often, in the prime of their wildling years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in time between. So that's what happened. Was that a wild hunt attack? And also, why does that seem so, like, familiar? Game of Thrones ripped this off? Which came first?
Imgrimi eb Aard Ketzer. Daithwen Yrden and Quen eb Marwood. Emir var Emreis.
Bow.
I'm not gonna bow.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep the orde.
Evelian namen, vatgen favort. So many months at Foltest Court, yet you still haven't mastered the basics of etiquette.
Know what they say? Can't teach an old wolf new tricks. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cirilla, she's returned, and she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I'd drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
I would do this regardless, but you know what? I could take the money as well. For the sake of story.
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
Did the gentleman not understand? Did I not emphasize adequately that one must bow to the Emperor?
Relax, nothing happened.
To the gentleman. But I shall be punished.
How?
Please keep close and bother no one. We've had enough breaches of etiquette for one day. In the morning,
yeah, that won't happen.
Noon.
Calm yourself.
As I said, that's not gonna happen.
Do you know who you're talking to, sir?
Let's see, what are we looking at?
I'm Herivard the second, Prince of Elander. Not only am I made to wait here like some...
the Yara, we will cross the pond.
What are you digging for?
Tanner. Master of the Tanners Guild?
Looking armor though. I'll give you that.
I demand...
Calm down. The Emperor demands silence. Those who disturb
Níinte mé déitra.
no matter their birth.
Is for death.
The gentleman will have time for a stroll later. Please stay with me.
Ah, you're talking too much. I wonder which state the Nilfgaardians are modeled after. Which medieval time state they're modeled after.
Civilization ends at this camp's boundary.
The language is kind of weird to listen to.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Is it like a mix of Norse and like Old German? I'm not sure, to be honest. These guys come from the south, so that makes sense.
Happened yet? Yes? Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants' guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism that...
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Pearls of the North, Novigrad. No one can claim to have traveled to the Northern Realms who has not been to Novigrad. If I'm forced to list what during my many meanderings has made the greatest impression on me, be precisely this great and yet at the same time free city. Okay, I mean we don't need to read about Novigrad, do we? Metropolis, worthy of an empire, blah 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 blah. Flaw is that the civilization Nilfgaard carries within her has not yet enlightened it. This is why hordes of reactionary cultists of the Eternal Fire dwell in the midst. What? Its only flaw is that the civilization Nilfgaard carries with her has not yet enlightened it. That is why hordes of reactionary cultists of the Eternal Fire dwell in the midst of its excellent buildings and superb commercial infrastructure. Blah blah blah. Novigrad was a mere minor elven townstead. Fell into the hands of Nordlings. Novigrad first belonged to Redania. Or Redania, I don't know. Fell into Temerian rule. Last became free city. Is truly free. Redanian influence makes itself felt too strong on every street corner. Okay, well, I don't need to.
You know what? I'll write the report myself. You'll need only prepare a clean draft.
And this we read. I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time reading about things that we'll probably run into. I'm expecting to get to this great city at some point. What shall become of Temeria? Temeria, oh my god, Temeria, land where milk and honey once flowed. In what did she wrong the gods that would have treated her so cruelly? The pearl of the north. To some, she proved a gathering rain. Anything interesting? Bear them bravely and steadfastly into the demise of her great protector, King Foltest. King Foltest and Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria, murdered most treacherously. Foltest failed to leave Temeria and avert his successor. Is that the guy I said I killed? I'm not sure. Okay, well. Just whining about how Temeria is no more. Cyrilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon. That's Ciri. Born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, I think it is. Princess of Bruges and Duchess of Sodor. Heiress to Innis, Aard, Skellig, and Innis, and Skellig, and suzerain of Atra and Abyara. Daughter of Pavetta and Urkion of Erlenwald, see Emirbar Emrace. Granddaughter of the famous lioness of Sintra, Queen Calente. Okay, I see. This I remember. A shipwreck occurred during a journey from Sintra to Skellig, which took the lives of the Urkiana, and Pavetta. That's the mother and father? Wait, weren't her parents killed in war? Cyrilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother in 1260. Afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calente sent Cyrilla to the court of King Ervil, where the heiress of Sintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verden, Prince Kistrin. Though allying with Verden and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calente's top priority, no marriage ever occurred, and Cyrilla returned to her grandmother's court in 1262 during the so-called Sintra massacre. Cyrilla went missing. That's part of the show, isn't it? But I thought her parents died on the battlefield. Wasn't there a scene? In the show? Or maybe that was her grandfather. No, wait. Or maybe I'm confused. What the hell? Let me read again. I thought maybe... Oh my god, I'll read it. Hold on. Books. Check again. Let's see. Daughter of Pavera and... Oh, okay, wait. Emir War Emirates is... John Erlenwald. Says here that a shipwreck killed him, but that's not true. Isn't this guy alive? The guy that just spoke to?
A shame I have no time.
Apparently nobody has time. Anyways, I'm gonna take a break here. It's gonna be a lot of exposition. A lot of storytelling. Let's do it in bits and pieces. It's a lot to chew on, since I don't know anything of what happened before. So... I accidentally... What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very blah blah blah. Dwarves are like moles, they feel best on the ground. Halflings of their part are more reminiscent of goofers, fat, lazy and loud. Elves in turn seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far off Zerikania. They care most for colored feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at reflections in water. Okay. All these wild so-called elder races are to a great fortune slowly dying out. Okay. Great. Anyways, I'm going to end...
What do you mean?
I'm going to end here. And then we continue tomorrow. See where the story brings us. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.